Welcome back, and let us proceed to the second part of our lesson. Lesson 2 will focus on meeting the objectives and let me just have a browse through to the first objectives slide we have. This lesson will look at describing and demonstrate the use of software. And on the same note, as we began the other session, we will look at the components of software. There are two major components, which are the operating systems and the applications. Now, these two components, they actually need each other. If you remember, in the previous lesson we talked about the heart or the blood of the computer. The operating system actually is the blood or the heart of the computer in terms of making it work. On this operating system, the applications are built and they can work because of the operating system. Now, let's very quickly look at what type of operating systems there are and what is an operating system. An operating system is simply a program that makes other applications to work. That's a simple way we can define the operating system. The operating system is part of the software which makes other softwares called applications to work. In effect, you have a computer that is working because we've got operating systems. And the examples of operating systems we have in modern times are Windows 2000, Windows 97, Vistas, Millennium, etc. There are many of them. The choice is yours. The difference between these operating systems is the functionality, the way they handle certain aspects of the computer in terms of applications and so forth. There isn't a major issue on which one you choose, but because of the modern software, like gaming industry, certain operating systems are preferred. But for your case, it's better to know there are operating systems, for example, Windows 2000, 97, 98, etc., Vista, Millennium, etc. And then we have to know why are they called Windows. It's simple and straightforward. It's historical based basically. It's because you can see as if you're looking through the window. So the above operating systems, they are window based, meaning you can see as if through a window. And you can see me moving the mouse and the cursor is pointing. Similar, if I drop down this one, let me see. If I drop it down, can you see this whole screen? It looks like I'm looking through the window. That is the basis of it. That was the reason why they had to call it window, because of what they thought, look, it looks as if we can do something where people are managing icons like these ones and as if they're looking through the window. So that's what it is. Simple, there's not technical things about that. Then we have another part of the operating system which is called the DOS, disk operating system. Now, DOS is based on command prompt, where you actually type in certain codes. But however, don't worry about this section. I just want to bring out the element of you knowing the structure and the foundation of ICT vis-a-vis the computer they're going to be using, and also the way you have to understand the actual software that we're going to be using. If we are happy with this short background, let us now go back to the applications. This is our major interest, and under the applications we are going to be looking at a number of things. Applications, these are actual programs that you, the user, will interact with the computer, and they are actually going to be broken into what I would call the user applications. The user applications are the ones that you will be able to use. The other applications, I will put an X there. I want you to find out what they are in the near future. And the reason for this is to avoid confusion. So we are going to concentrate on the user applications. Are you with me? Very good. User applications, these are software types which will enable the user like you and me to be able to use a computer. What types are there in essence? The types which are there are as follows, and I'll insert a blank page to demonstrate to you. I will bring in the first lot on the applications, the user applications. Under user applications, we're going to have user applications. These ones will form part of your day-to-day dealing with the computer. User applications. Right. We have what we call packages. These packages, they come as an assemblage of software. There is also standalone user software, where you just pick up one program on its own. But at this point in time, I want us to look at the actual packages, what type of packages, and the common packages we're going to look at are those packages which you and I use. And for this part, I will demonstrate through this. Packages will normally come with your computer. In modern times, they don't include much. You've got to buy them separately. So a package will be something like this. If you go to your computer, I don't know what the operating system you're using. If you click on all programs and you see here, all these are applications. There's accessories, there's all that, and there's some utilities for printing. Now I want to look at the special application packages, the Microsoft Office. If you click on there, on the Microsoft Office, I hope you can see clearly there. You see here the software packages we have. On my PC, I've got Microsoft Access 2007, and I've got Microsoft Office Excel 2007. I've got InfoPass 2007. I've got all those Outlook, etc. I've got Publisher 2007. I've got Microsoft Office Word 2007. And I've got PowerPoint presentation. Have I got it here? Yeah, Microsoft Office PowerPoint 2007. So this is a package. A package has got several software inside them. And if you want to utilize or use a computer, it's either use one of these or the other. Let's say, for example, you want to use presentation software. You click on it, it will pop up like that. Can you see that? So this is one application under a package. So a package will have several other application software in it. So we will say a package there. You can go back to the board and deliberate on this. So this package, in short, which we have here, the package here will have more than, okay, more than what? More than one software. They'll have more than one software in it. More than one. That's why it's called a package. So that's why it's called a package. And if you look here, what we have said, many other packages will have a package that can deal with spreadsheets. Yeah, spreadsheets, can deal with databases, and also can deal with presentation. Presentation software, and more. And I think these three form part of what we call the day-to-day use of an average domestic user. They'll do a spreadsheet, they'll do databases, they'll do presentation. Of course, there are other software that will enable you to access the internet, etc., like Explorers, but that's not the scope of our discussion today. Are you with me? Now, we are going to zero in looking at the structure of one of the application software in these packages. And that application software we're going to look at is simply the presentation. So we will pick up here the presentation software, because this has become our major interest. So how do we use our presentation software? Where do we start from? Let us begin to look at how to access it, like I demonstrated in the previous. You go to that icon there. It allows you to access, if you're on the same system as me. The new operating system has got a different window here. You have to click somewhere over there to bring up the software. Whichever system you're using, you must find where this application is. And if there's a difference, we still go to the same point. And this is an older version of the Microsoft. You go over there, you find the Microsoft. I think the latest one, if you're on Microsoft 2010, you'll be seeing 2010. Colleges will tend to hang on to old system for a longer time. Anyway, here we go. So you find the package you want to use, Microsoft PowerPoint 2.7. Yours might be 2010, or as the case might be. Now, when you open the software like that, you see there are tools, what we call tools over here. On this menu, we see all these tools you're going to be using. Under each of this menu, there are things that you can use to make your journey of using presentation software exciting. You can go on the design. You see, you can pick up different designs over here. Are you happy? We come to animation. If you wanted to see how your slides will be changing, you can choose any of these different types. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So the choice is yours. And then you can actually set the transitions over here. And then if you come to the slideshow, so you see, you can tell the computer now to run the slideshow from the beginning or from the current one if you've made some slides already over here, and all those other aspects. The latest one that you've got probably has more functions over here. We'll come to this as we pick them up later on. Let's just look at the menu, what's under each of them. We come to review. This is where we want to do the spell check. If you want to do some research, you want to do the thoraces, translate languages, you want to show the markup, new comments, you want to put a comment on your slide, and so forth. If you want to protect your presentation, you can put a password. So you have to understand what's under each of these menu items. You've got view. This has to be the visual. If you want to see the normal view, this is a normal view where we have this window here and a side pan. If you want to see slide shorter or notes or a slideshow, as the case might be. So you're going to use all these different tools. We're going to know how to use them as we go. We'll demonstrate all this. Are you happy with me? Some of the details here, for the stage where we are right now, we may not be able to use them, not because we can't, but because they are at an advanced level where you use the macros. Are you happy? So first of all, you go back home, you investigate what each of these menus are all about. And then you come to the bottom of the application package presentation, which is the PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. You see here, sometimes it allows you to do what? To add notes for your own sake if you're making a presentation at a stage. And over here, you can actually now adjust how big you see the screen or how small. You can just click on that. I don't know on the latest one if you've got this aspect, but find out. And I think some of the magnification tools on the Microsoft 2010 might be based on the keyboard, on the mouse pad. Check out with your system there, but that is not a big issue really. So this is what we want to find out on the PowerPoint. And after you understood all these, the simple task is how then do you use all these tools presented to you Let's have a look. In terms of setting up a presentation, the first thing you do here is simply click here to add text. Click here to add type subtitle. Simply do as it says. Once you've done that, and you want to now create another page, click on there and press on the keyboard, press enter, and another page comes in. Sometimes you can also investigate. Look, right click, you can say new slide, it comes in. Right click, if you want to actually delete the slide, click on delete the slide. Right click, delete the slide. Are you with me? So the best way to do this now is to actually let us do the practical aspect. Let us do the what? The practical aspect. So here the practical aspect is let's define a topic that we should be able to make a presentation. What topic do you want to use? Okay, let's talk about this develop presentation on what? On a PC system. I think if we have a direction, it will enable us to understand PowerPoint and how it works effectively. So let's begin with that. I've got some notes already prepared for you, so we can start. Go to the application, click here. What's your main topic? We're going to say the PC system. Now, to highlight, you can actually click the mouse over there, span across, it highlights. Then if you want to increase the size, go to there and just click on there. If you want to change the font, click on the font, scroll down. Wow, that looks good. Maybe that one. If you're happy with that one, click on there, we'll save, and click. Let's give it a name, PC system. We are going to save it in the workshop resources. We must find where it says IT. Do we have where it says IT? We do not have. So we can create one. Right. Oh no, we've got it there. There's a new folder, supposed to be the IT folder, that one. ICT. Okay, we open that folder. Okay. It doesn't want it. Let's save it. We've saved, okay? So PC system by who? By, press enter. I'll put my name by Dr. John. John who? Do you come on? I like putting my titles because it's academic. PhD. Okay. It's always good to put a date. Today is 27th of what? February, is it? Yes, it is. 20 what? 2014. So once you're happy, click anywhere on the outside of the box. We have the first page. The first page. At this time, you can pause. You can save again. Pause this video and then do what I just did and play it back again. Now, once you're happy, click over there, press right click and do what? New slide. Don't say delete, it's going to go. Delete, no, it's going to go. So insert, it comes in. So here, let's type in objectives. Okay, want us to know what we're going to be talking about. Objectives. Objectives. Are you happy with that? Let's leave it that way. Objectives. You type in what were our objectives. Let's go back to the board and copy the objectives. It's very important. Identify components of a standalone computer, which is PC. Okay. Identify what? The components of a standalone computer what? Computer system or PC, yeah? Second objective was what? Let's have a look. Describe and demonstrate the use of software. Describe and demonstrate the use of. Describe and demonstrate the use of. I beg your pardon. We continue. So it's describe and demonstrate the use of software. Describe and demonstrate the use of software. Press enter and you're done. Now, what if you want to change the bullet points? Just highlight everything and then click here. You can change them to numbers. And if you come back here and right click, you can change the bullet points to a different type. You can change that. Still highlighted, right click. If you want to change the bullet points again, go back and choose the one you want. Still highlighted bullet points, you can change to any type you want. Right click, highlight bullet points. Can you see at the bottom here it says bullet and numbering? You can change there and choose here. Look here, you choose the numbering system. Can you see there's that type, that type? If you wanted that one, goes to that one. Still highlighted. Let's assume you lost the highlighting. Just go back, highlight, right click, go back to numbering. You see that. If you want to put ABCD, you do that. Still highlight, numbering or bullet points. Want to go back to another system. There you go. That's how it works. So always remember, you can do that. Are you with me? Right click, you can tools comes over there. Okay, and you bring it back to 1 and 2. So that is done. So you save. Now let's have a quick. I just want to have more than one slide so that it makes a lot of sense for you and me. Then we can proceed very well. So here, what we can do. So what we can do here now is another way of inserting a slide apart from right click and in new slide is also click there and go to insert. Yeah, so once you insert there, you can see, look what you insert there. Insert. No, we want, it doesn't have that option over here. I'm very surprised. There's always surprises. Okay, so to insert a new slide, let's go back, insert a new slide. Okay, fine. So what's the title here? What was the next thing we did? Let's have a look what we did after that. We went to do what? We went to talk about the software and hardware components. So here we said, let's have a look at the components, and we said there are what? There's hardware, and there's what? Software. Can you see that? Okay, now we have got these components over here. Now supposing you actually want to have an image over here. Let's assume, okay, you want to have an image over here. So you're going to click inside here. Can you see that? And then hold on the side to reduce that. Just put it on the side like that, because here we want to insert an image. Now we go to a place where it says insert. If it's clip art, click on clip art. Photo album, it's going to go to the photo album. Shape, smart item, etc. Now let's try to insert an image in form of a shape. Okay, so we're going to insert that rectangle and put it over here. Just drag it like that. Can you see? And then we are going to insert another one. Shapes, right click. Maybe you want to use a different type. Let's say you use that one and drag it like that. To move, just hold in the center and bring it over here. So now, can you see that? So we said the hardware is the foundation. If you want to right click, click on the image, right click to add text. So edit text. So inside there, we can now actually type in. Yes. We can type inside there. So we call that one hardware. This foundation is called the hardware. So double click on that, right click on that, go to edit text, edit text. In there we can type software. So we have now learned how to insert an image or a shape and how to type in there. To insert this shape, you can play back the video. Simply go to insert and choose shapes. So you can insert any shape you want in the world. If you wanted a star, click on that and drag it in like that. Are you happy with that? If you wanted to insert any other shapes, click and pick it up. Hit plus, just drag it like that. That's how you do it. So we are happy with that. To delete, click on them and press the delete button on the keyboard or right click. So are you happy with that one? So now, to insert a new slide, press enter. That's it. So what else have we got in the system here? We are developing a PowerPoint. So we've made that one. We don't need to create those. Let's say, for example, you want to create some lines. As a matter of fact, you want to create some lines. That image, if you want to copy it, click on it and go on the keyboard and press the upward arrow and click on that one. Then right click. No, leave that one alone. Leave that one alone. Let's go to the next slide. We're just going to duplicate. If you want to do duplicate, right click this slide called duplicate slide. Duplicate slide. They come back as tool. So on this slide now, we can now delete this. Click, and on the keyboard, delete all. Right click, click on the line, right click, delete, cut. It goes away. Are you happy with me? Okay. Now once we do that, we can also get rid of that schema. We don't want to add any text here. Delete, delete. Now we have this image. How do I insert those arrows? insert shapes. Let's go back to shapes. Shapes. I've got which arrow do I want? I want any of the arrows. You can insert any of the arrows. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Let's have that one. I'll insert that one. Software. I'll just put like that. Software. And there, if I want, I can type in some stuff. If I want to insert another arrow, go into insert shape. What do you do? Same arrow, insert. If you want to insert another shape, go back. Any of the arrows, if you want to insert any of these arrows, let's, for example, you want that one, the big one. There you go. It's there. Are you happy with that? If you wanted to write anything here, simple and straightforward, let's use a text box. Click on the text box, put a box there. You can type what is there. Software. I think we've got application. Software. Can you see that? If you want to insert another text box, insert, click on text box. You come over here. What big one did we say there was there? You drag it. What do you do? We call it operating. Operating what? System. Can you see how you use the software? Operating system there. Now imagine you want to create a border around these text you type. Just click on it, double click, and these things appear here. So you can choose now which one you like. You can now, if you want to see more, here there's an arrow, scroll down like that. Look at that. You might want to look at that, look at that, look at that. Whichever the choice you want is yours. Look. Okay, applications, click on that. If you want to drag it, hold it down, the mouse, bring it a bit here. There you go. Once you click on there, scroll down or up, find the choice you want. Okay, any of these. There you go. Can you see that? So you created a diagram using different shapes and arrows as well. Yeah? If you want to do now hardware, what do you do? Go to insert shapes. So in inserting any of these shapes, let's have a look. Maybe we might want to choose a different arrow shape. Let's have a look which we might use. Maybe this one. It's pointing down. Okay, hardware components. Okay, so you can now, the hardware components, you can insert another one. I with me, the hardware components, you can insert, when you design, try to be uniform. Okay, hardware components, you can insert there, and you type the names over there by inserting text box. You type in there. You can say input devices. Okay. The same way, insert text box, drag, equal to output devices, etc. So that's how you use those components into a PowerPoint presentation. We are going to continue there on how to choose different designs. In the meantime, we can go back to the objectives. Let's end the session here. We started off looking at the packages, and we have discussed and described the presentation software. We did identify other packages. And when we began to develop a presentation on a PC, because the purpose of this session is for you to know how to use the application software, in this case the PowerPoint. So we will end here, and if you've got any questions, email them to the address that appears at the bottom of the screen right over here. And when you have a session physically, we will send your questions in advance and raise them up with the tutor in the classroom. So this email which appears over here is essential for you. And also, if you can't track the email, there is a website that is just passed across over. So use that website and get the latest information. Thank you very much. Signing off, it's Dr. John Lou Komona. And my assistant tutors and other tutors on the program may be with you physically or online.